Chapter 2, Image Sensing and Acquisition. Introduction. Basic elements of an image processing system. So these are basic elements of an image processing system. First block is image acquisition, then mass storage, then display, and then digital computer which does processing, and then final is transmission. So we will first see image acquisition. Image acquisition, general image of an image to transform an optical image, that is real world data, into array of an numerical data. So general image of an image is to transform an optical image, that is real world data, into array of numerical data, that is 1010, that is numerical data. So that is image acquisition. If we need an X-ray image, we use a camera that is sensitive to X-rays. So for a X-ray image, we need X-ray camera. Now quantum detector, it relies upon energy of absorb protons from being used to promote electrons. So quantum detector is basically absorb photons. Planck-Einstein came up with a relationship between wavelength of incident photon and energy that it carries. E is equal to hc upon lambda. So where E is energy carried by a photon, then h is Planck's constant, which is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule per second. Now c is speed of light and lambda is wavelength of incident radiation. So this was basically Planck's and Einstein's equation. Modes of operation of a quantum detectors: first is photoconductive, then second is photovoltaic. First is photoconductive. Resistance of a photoconductive material drops in presence of light due to generation of free charge carriers. So resistance of photoconductive material drops in presence of light due to, so that means first effect is photoconductive. So when light is present, then uh, there are resistances in photoconductive materials and they generate free carriers. So this is principle for photoconductive effect. So this is basically Vidicon tube, which is a vacuum tube. So it has the following components: first is first is cathode, then focus and deflection coils, then bias, load resistor, then voltage signal output. Then there is a glass face plate, then lens and target connections. Then there is a mesh grid and target. So Vidicon is a vacuum tube used for image acquisition. Light image is focused on a transparent signal plate. Front face of the signal plate is coated with SnO2, which forms conductive layer. This plate is biased to positive potential of about 50 volt. So basically this plate is biased to positive potential of about 50 volt. So due to this, signal plate and target behaves as a continuous array of capacitors. When there is no light incident on target, its resistance is very high, due to which charge across capacitor is maintained. Vidicon is a vacuum tube used for image acquisition. Light image is focused on a transparent signal plate. Then front face of signal plate is coated with SnO2, which forms a conductive layer. This plate is biased to a positive potential of about 50 volt. Due to this, signal plate and target behaves as a continuous array of capacitors. When there is no light incident on target, its resistance is very high, due to which charge across capacitor is maintained. When light strikes target, dielectric becomes leaky and target side voltage rises. When beam strikes discharged capacitor, current flows target side to its original voltage 0 volt. In order to produce output necessary for broadcast video applications, the electron beam is scanned across surface of target by deflection coils. The silicon target Vidicon achieves important sensitivity and spectral response similar to that of a human eye. Photovoltaic effect. They give a voltage output signal that is proportional to Intensity of incident light. The solid state array CCD can be arranged in two different configurations. First is line array CCD, then array area array CCD. So we will study now line array CCD. Line array, first is imaging pixels, then output register, then video output. The single line of CCD pixels are clocked out into parallel output register. One thing to note that is line array CCD scans only one line. So this is basically line array. These are imaging pixels and there is an output register, and in combination we get an video output. Now single line of CCD pixels are clocked out into parallel output register. One thing to note that is line array CCD scans only one line. So line array CCD will scan only one line. This technique is used in flatbed scanner. So line array CCD is technique which is used in flatbed scanners. Second is area arrays. To get two-dimensional image, we need to mechanically uh, move array over entire image. So to get two-dimensional image, with the line array we get only one-dimensional image. To get a two-dimensional image, we need to mechanically move array over an entire image. So they consist of a two-dimensional array of photoregisters. They can be seen in all digital cameras. So area arrays are used in all digital cameras. Image storage. All video signals are in analog form. The cameras are interfaced to a computer in which processing algorithms are written. A to D converter translates the video signals into digital values and digital image is constructed. So all video signals are in analog form. The cameras are interfaced to a computer in which processing algorithms are written. An analog to digital converter translates video signals into digital values and digital image is constructed. So this is block diagram for image storage. So it has a computer bus slot, then there is a data bus of 8 bits, then there is a control bus, then there comes a controller which connects to frame buffer memory, which is also an 8-bit connection. Then there is a camera which is connected to A to D converter. Then through 8-bit bus it is connected to frame buffer memory. Then there is RGB, which are three colors, are red, green, and blue. So they are connected with 8-bit buses. Now there comes a D2A converter, which is digital to analog converter, and there comes a display. So frame grabber card has a block of memory large enough to hold any image. This is known as frame buffer memory. The output has a color map of color lookup table. So LUT is basically a lookup table, color lookup table. To permit pseudo coloring, it permits pseudo coloring. Each image is stored as a matrix where every value of matrix represents gray level at that point. Third is image processing. Processing of digital images involves procedures that are usually expressed in algorithmic form. So that is image processing. Fourth is display. It produces and shows a visual form of numerical values stored in computer as image array. These devices convert image data into video frame. One major problem is that it must refresh screen at rate of 30 fps to avoid flicker. So display is basically it produces and shows visual form of numerical values stored in computer as image array. First is illumination, then there is a scene, then reflected light, then camera, then coder, decoder, and display. So most transmission in broadcast television are still in analog form, and analog coding methods are used to make it efficient as possible. Now gamma. In image transmission chain, there are many elements which exhibit a nonlinear behavior. If x is input and y is output, then y is equal to c x raised to y, then where c is equal to constant, and gamma is gamma of the device. The camera, display device, and I all have the non-unity gammas Hence, to make sure that the perceived grayscale in the displayed image is correct, it is necessary to insert an additional compensating non-linear device called gamma corrector. So gamma corrector is a compensating device which is necessary to insert. So image types are as follows. So image types are as follows. First is monochrome image, then second is grayscale image, third is color, that is 24-bit image, and fourth is half-toned image. So first is monochrome image. In this, each pixel is stored as a single bit, 0 or 1, hence 0 represents white. So this is a monochrome image. Basically 0 represents white and black represents 1. Then these images are also called as bitmapped images. Here each pixel is stored as a byte. Due to this, each pixel can have values ranging from 0, which is black, to 255, which is white. So here each pixel is stored as a byte. Due to this, each pixel can have values ranging from 0 to 255. Now color image, which is 24-bit. Color image, which is 24-bit, they are based on the fact that variety of colors can be generated by mixing three primary colors, which are red, green, blue. So by mixing three primary colors, which are red, green, blue, we can basically produce a color image, which is 24-bit image. So in color images, each pixel is composed of RGB values. Now color images can be easily converted to grayscale images using equation x is equal to 0.30 r, then 0.59 g plus 0.11 b. The easier formula that can be achieved similar result is RGB by 3. Now half toning. It is obvious that grayscale image definitely looks better than the monochrome image as it utilizes more gray levels. The image that we see in most of the newspapers books are generated using black color or on white background. The technique to achieve an illusion of gray levels from only black and white levels is called half toning. So basically we can achieve different levels from it. So that is called half toning. So it is an art basically uh, in which a monochrome image utilizes more gray levels and it look lifelike image. So it is basically an illusion that of gray levels from only black and white levels. So this is basically half toning is an illusion of gray level from only black and white levels.